Community Health Nurse, Eden Hope Hospital, and a fitness instructor. Today we're doing some aerobic conditioning and strength conditioning. So welcome. If you haven't done any exercise before, please know your own limitations. Don't overdo it first up. You can ramp up this program as much as you like. I have a chair here. I'll show you some chair options. And I have a mat, though you don't need a mat on the floor, but have a nice clear space so that you don't fall over. Today we're doing 45 seconds exercise and then a 15-second rest period in between where you can keep moving if you want to. So let's get started. Enjoy, put a smile on your dial. Let's just start off with some heels forward. This is going to be what you can come back to in your rest period or at any stage if you can't do any of the other exercises. You can do this sitting in the chair. Bring in some arms. Just having a warm up first before we get into our 45 seconds. Everyone looking at my Are You OK on my t-shirt today. It's not Are You OK day, but at the moment, during these times, it's not a bad idea to ask the people you live with or your neighbour over the fence, are you okay? Pick up the phone and follow it up with, are you really okay? Can I help you? Okay, into a single side step, swinging the arms backwards. If you can't get a full rotation, just move them as much as you can. And swing them forward. Are you okay days in September, as far as I know, about September the 8th, something like that. We'll let you know. Swinging the arms side to side. Still with our single side step. If you're sitting in the chair, just moving the foot across and the other foot to meet it. Go into a butt kick, so wide stance, heels up to the butt. Sitting in the chair, you might need to sit a little bit side on. Make sure your chair's stable. And then turn around and do the other side. That's quite clear. Okay, going into our first 45 seconds, it's a double knee up. Little twist in the waist. Option 1, option 2, sitting in the chair, double knees up. Option 3, get a little bit of high impact. It's only 45 seconds, you don't have to do it once for the whole program. Whoop, nearly did 3. "15 seconds to go." There you go. That's good. Thank you to my technician, Sarah. She should be joining in. Okay, coming back for your rest period. Heels forward if you want to keep moving. Okay, off we go, into an easy walk. Forward, forward, back, together, swap legs. Making like a triangle. Sink low. So in the chair, out, out, back, together, out, out, back, together. Stop and take a drink. Wipe the brow with your sweat towel if you need. Coming back to your rest period, heels forward. Get a high impact, get a little hop in the middle. And of course you can do this in your chair. Hang in there, 10 more seconds. Back to your heels forward. Rest period. Just watching, our next is a wide squat, reach to ankle. Off we go. Keep your heart up, back straight if you're in the chair. So bending towards, bending the knee that you're reaching towards. You don't have to go as fast as I am, you can slow it down, go at your pace. And coming to our rest period, heels forward. If you have hand weights, you'll need them for the next exercise. Can of baked beans, run and grab a couple of cans of baked beans. If you need them out of the cupboard, a couple of drink bottles filled with water. Okay, I'm keeping my heels forward going and doing the shoulder press. Again, I can make it more high impact. If the coordination's not there, just work on the arms with this one. Just holding the weights lightly in your hand, don't grip them so hard, just enough so that they don't fall out of your arms. Rest period, popping the weights down, heels forward for your rest. Catch your breath, have a drink if you need it. That's my sweat towel. Okay, next one. 3 kicks, 1, 2, 3, the other leg, 1, 2, 3, 3 each side, or come to one side, go across, 2, 3, across the other way. 2, 3, across, 2, 3. Keep it going. Cross and back. One more, 2, 3, rest period. Good job. Slowing it down a fraction with the next one, grabbing our hand weights again. I'm going to keep my heels going forward. Got my hand weights just lifting up, chest, shoulder tip height. I've got a slight bend in my elbow, just so that I haven't locked my arms out too much. One more. Good job. Pop your hand weights down. All right, just watching. Our next one, we won't start yet, but our next one is march forward and back, the length of a mat. And again in the chair, just marching the knees up as high as you can, or fast feet, forward and back. Let's go. knees up, but get the feet working quickly. Yeah, get a slight lean forward as you're going forward. Hang in there. Keep working. One more. Good job. Back to your little rest, heels forward. Catch your breath, have a drink if you need. And then picking up your hand weights, arms out to the side. Let's go. Again, I'm keeping my legs warm and moving. Only going about shoulder height. Again, a slight bend in my elbow. A bit breathless, which is good. Don't want chest pain, don't want to be unable to speak, getting close. Three, two, one. Place the weights down again. Where are you going? Whew. Good rest. Our next one is side taps. In a chair, tap out to the side, or star jumps. Off we go, if you haven't already. You can still make it high impact with the tap extra, or both feet out. You can't come all the way overhead, maybe in front. Keep it going, 5 more seconds. Who knew that 45 seconds would be so long? Okay, come to a stop. Heels forward. Our hand weights for our next one. Sitting forward in your chair or leaning forward, a straight spine, arms out to the side. Shoulder blades are down your back, squeezing them together. As you bring those weights out, just no higher than your shoulders. Straight spine, tummy pulled in. Standing. Five more. And have a rest. Pat down the brow and the upper lip. Heels forward. Okay. 1, 2, 3, jump. 1, 2, 3, jump. Or skip. Double feet and backwards. Forward and back. If you're in a chair, 1, 2, 3, jump. 1, 2, 3, jump. 1, 2, 3, jump. Hi Carol, if you're doing the 1, 2, 3 jump. And resting. Hopefully you've all got a chair. If you haven't, your next exercise will be bend and straighten the arms. If you have a chair, forward on your chair, hands on the chair, bottom off, bend the elbows. Bottom drops down, but it's the elbow bend we're looking for tricep dips. Then straighten. 4. Oh, that's a toughie, and have a rest. Our next one, if you're in the chair, come a little bit on the side. It's a knee to the elbow out to the side. If you're standing, we're just working one knee the whole time. You can lean on a chair. Let's go. Or you can lean down on your base leg. Make it more impact, you can get a jump in it. Feeling my oblique side tummy muscles pulling in. And resting. We've got the other side to do in 15 seconds. Three, two, one, get the other knee up. No problems if you need to hang on to a wall, door, chair. And of course, we can get that hop in the other leg. Seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest time. Now next one, if you're on the chair, wide legs, come up to standing, sit back. Up to standing, sit back. Standing, wide legs, toes track, knees track, down we go, up and down for squats. Okay, you want to make it a little bit harder. 1, 2, jump out. 1, 2, jump out. 2, jump out. Or just stay squats, knees wide. Running out with our toes on an oblique angle. Sucking those big breaths. 1, 2, jump out. 1, 2, jump out. 3, 2, 1. Okay, a minute's rest. Grab a drink if you need. I need. The next one, if you can get down onto the floor, we'll be going down onto the floor for a plank. While we're having this short break, I'll give you the other options. If you can't get onto the floor, we've got a nice plank here. Tummy's pulled in, straight back, straight from the heels through to the head. If you're in a chair, sit back, lean back, hold the belly and lift the toes up, the heels up, just a little bit off the floor. Okay, if you're down on the mat, option 1 from the knees, hold the plank, shoulders down your back, wrists under the shoulders, belly lifted. If you like, you can go from the toes. So we haven't started yet. From the toes, a nice straight line. Pushing up out of the hands. Ooh, I'm going from the toe option. Let's go. 45 seconds. Pull that belly in, squeeze the butt. If you're sitting in the chair and lifting up your heels, pop them down every couple of times. too much. But really remember to lift that belly in. Scoop it in. I'm scooping it up to the ceiling. You'll be scooping it back to your spine. Whew. 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 Now big hook makes it feel better. Ten seconds, hang in there. Down we come. Okay, next one. If you're sitting in the chair, bottoms forward on the chair, forward and back. Scoop the belly in, forward and back. If you're down on the mat, little abdominal crunches. Up, belly pulled in, ribs sliding, let's go. Ribs sliding towards our hip bones. Long neck, chin tucked slightly. Make sure that belly's not bulging up, it's nice and flat. Drawing it in, drawing in your pelvic floor. Halfway. And rest down. I'll give you 30 seconds rest. If you are in the chair, your next one will be leaning back in your chair, bring a knee up and across to the opposite shoulder. If you're on the floor, we will be in a plank. Either from the knees, knee into opposite shoulder. It's a bit harder from the knee, or up on the toes. Let's go. In, so knee coming to opposite elbow direction. Pushing up out of those elbows. The elbows are under the shoulders. If you can go a lot faster, go for it. And resting. Well done. That's a toughie. Okay. If you're in a chair, your next one, bottom at the front of the chair, lean back, scoop the belly, draw both knees towards the chest. Now, if that's too much for your lower back or your abs, one knee at a time, straight up to your nose. Or two. Okay. If you're on the floor, reverse crunch. On your back, feet on the floor, and bring those knees in, tap down, in, off we go. Keep the neck long on the mat, so tuck the chin slightly. I hope that you guys at home are having a little bit of a sweat. I think someone turned the heaters on in here. Keep it going. 15 more seconds. We're nearly home. Nearly home and hose. One more exercise before we stretch down. And you will have done a good half an hour's workout. And rest. Okay. Our last exercise is a side plank. So if you're in a chair, I want you to reach down to one side and then down to the other. Not forward, sideways. If you're on the mat, we're going to do 30 seconds on one side and then scoop our arm underneath and change to the other side. Okay, let's go. 30 seconds on one side, lift that waist, draw in the belly. If you're sitting in the chair, pull in your belly, the spine. Big deep breaths. Okay, that top arm in a moment, when I say, is going to reach and scoop underneath, roll over onto the other elbow. For another 30 seconds. Keep reaching in the chair, down to the sides. Bit late to tell you now, but you can do a side plank from the knees. It's a little bit easier on your shoulder. More seconds. And let's lower the hips down. Woohoo! You made it. Well done. Let's just sit up tall for a moment, get our breath back. Wipe our brow. Hopefully you need to. All right. Time for a stretch. So if you're in the chair, you have one leg out in front of you straight, heel on the floor, toe back towards your nose. If you're on the floor, bend one knee in, lean forward. Feel that stretch at the back of the leg. So chair, straight leg, lean forward. Let's swap legs. Swap legs if you're on the floor as well. Okay, coming up. Our next stretch in the chair. Crossing one ankle onto the other knee. If you can't get it up that high, cross it down lower. Sit tall, bend forward. If you're on the floor, on your back, ankle on the knee, dive through the middle of the legs, pull that knee in for eye of the knee. Lovely stretch of the hip. Okay, ready to change sides, whether you're in the chair or on the floor. Put the other ankle on the other leg. Lean forward or reach and grab. Pull the leg thigh towards you. Okay, release and bring yourself up into a sitting position. If you're in the chair, legs wide and straight. And then lean forward between your legs, don't fall off the chair. If you're seated on the floor, legs wide, bring the chest forward. Doesn't matter how far you go, try and keep the spine straight. Getting a nice stretch through my inner thighs and in my spine. If you're seated in the chair, reach one arm up and over your head, stretching through the side of the body. If you're on the floor, same thing, lean on your other hand. Take some big deep breaths here. Fill up and expand those muscles between your ribs. Hand down, other side. Okay, going for a spinal rotation. If you're sitting in the chair, sit tall, turn around and reach behind you with a twist in your waist. If you're sitting on the floor, bend one knee up, grab it with the opposite hand and use that to lift and twist around towards the back. And slowly release. Keep that spine long when you do twists, and then you have less chance of hurting your back. So sit tall, twist to the other side. Often hurt our backs when we are bending and twisting at the same time, but if we sit up tall, keep our spine straight and then rotate, less chance of injury. And slowly come back to centre. Bring the arms in front, clasp the hands together, push the palms away. So I'm getting a curve through my upper back here, trying to stretch the middle of the back. So see if you can push away so that you can actually feel those shoulder blades coming apart. Release the hands, take them behind the back, and then pull back. This time I'm trying to stretch through my chest muscles. So I'm pulling my arms back and down, opening up the chest. I'm just going to come to a stand. You can do this in the chair, you can even stay on the ground. I'm just going to lift one leg up and rotate. I'm working on my balance here as well. Rotate an ankle round and round. And then the other direction. And then toe up and down. Inside on. Push, up, push. Like we're pushing down on the accelerator. And then the other ankle, circle. Keeping mobility in those ankle joints. Other way. And then push up and down. Whew. What about our wrists? The same actions, circle. Around the other way. And then up and down, trying to mobilise this wrist joint. And even up and down sideways. So thumb up, bring that side flexion movement in that wrist. And lastly, we'll just do some neck moves. So we're going to just look over our shoulder, keep our neck long. Just look as far as you can. Give the eyeballs a workout and look a little bit further with your eyes. Come back to centre. Look the other way. Centre, side. Centre, side. One more each way. Okay, now ear drops down to the shoulder. Feel that lateral stretch in the side of our neck. And draw this opposite hand down your thigh. Back to centre and to the other side. actually going to look down to my left armpit and get a little bit different stretch, a little bit further around towards the back. Now, if you like, you can take your, so I'm looking down to my left armpit, I'm grabbing my right wrist with my left hand and pulling it across behind my back over here. So I'm getting a little bit more of a stretch through that neck. Still trying to draw this right shoulder down my back. And slowly bring it up. Looking down to my right armpit, looking here. Left hand goes behind my back. I grab it with my right hand, getting the stretch through the back of this left side of my neck. Gently release, come up. Last neck exercise, just let your chin drop, using gravity to your chest, looking down at the floor. If you like to put a tiny bit of extra, just sit the hands on the head, give it a little bit stronger stretch, but certainly not pulling on our neck. Okay, great big breath. Breathing in as we raise our hands above our head, breathing out as we float them down. And again. Oh, bring your hands together in front, give yourself a big clap. Wasn't that fun? I hope, well, it might be fun now it's finished. So we've given up 39 minutes to do our workout. This exercise program will stay on Facebook. We will be uploading them onto YouTube for those that don't have Facebook, and we will put the links in when we have them all. But come back to Facebook, scroll down the Eden Hope Hospital site, find the video again and do it as often as you like. A couple of times a week, 2 to 3 times a week would be fantastic. Well done. Thanks for joining me and see you next time. Bye-bye.